In this CineGuru tutorial, we're going to take a look at one of the most powerful but complicated parts of the toolkit, which are actors. So actors are characters that we can control, and they will perform a set of instructions on command which we will write, and then after we're done with them we can actually turn them back into characters that will attack us or do whatever if we want. So the first thing we're going to need is a character. So let's go and grab one. I'm just going to pick a default one that comes with CineGuru. Let's go for this militia shotgun guy and just drop him in. So at the moment he's a pretty standard character. So he runs the AI underscore soldier.lua script, which makes him an enemy. He'll come after us and gun us down with his shotgun. We're going to change him into an actor that we can control, and the first thing we need to do is change his script to cg_actor.lua. I'm also going to set him to always active because we might want to trigger him when we're a long way away, and this way he'll be kind of active wherever we are as the player on the map. Okay, we also need to give him a unique name. Now his name is formed of two parts. The first part is a unique name for him, so let's call him Bob. And we also need to tell him where he can find his action text. So the action text is a text file that we will write, which is a list of instructions that he will follow. And it looks for the action text within Script Bank. So if we go into Script Bank now, you can see that we've got a number of different folders in here. We have actually got a CineGuru folder, and I think what we're going to do is create an action text. It's literally just a text file, and we'll call it Talkie, because we're going to make this character talk and move, and all that good stuff. So at the moment it's a blank text file, but we just need to reference where that file is within Script Bank. So we're going to say it's in the CineGuru folder // and then the file name was Talkie. You don't need to bother with .text. It knows to look for text files. Okay, so when activated, Bob here will take his actions, his list of instructions from this text file, which at the moment is blank, but we will put in some actions for him. So the first thing I'm going to do is drop in a cine-trigger zone to trigger him as an actor. So obviously we can use cine-trigger zones to trigger cameras. We can also use them to trigger actors. So we're going to change the name of this cine-trigger zone to actor, and we also need to set the location of the action text that is triggered at this point. So that would be CineGuru_Talkie. And you can also add a delay as well. We're not going to bother with that at the moment this time, but you could add in like a 2-second delay, 5-second delay, whatever. So let's just leave that for the moment. Drop down a little bit of sand so we can see where our sort of trigger zone is. So now we need to start writing our action text. So here it is. Talkie.txt is completely blank, but we're going to add in a couple of basic commands to tell this actor to do something. So the first thing we need to do is specify who the action is for. So, well, this is an instruction for Bob. So we'll put Bob, comma, and now we can put in a list of commands. Now, the full list of commands is listed in the CineGuru manual, but I can go through a couple of the basic ones here now. First thing I'd like to do is specify what should this character do when he's not being used, when he's not being told to do anything. He should have some kind of idle stance, idle animation. So the way this works is through animation frames. This being a character that comes with CineGuru, he has a standard list of animation frames that's available in full in the CineGuru folders. We've also listed some of the more useful animations that this character has in the CineGuru written manual. I know for a fact that frame 900 to frame 999 is a nice kind of idle animation where he's got his arms by his side and he's not really doing very much. So what we'll do is we'll type in idle_900_999_ and we can define that animation speed as well. So we'll get him to play it back slightly slower than he normally would, because he's very relaxed, Bob. He's very chill. Okay, but when he's activated, he's got to do something, right? He's got to go somewhere. So what I'm going to say is Bob, after a delay of 1 second, which is 1000 milliseconds, he moves to mark 1. So we're going to get Bob to move to a specific actor's mark. So CineGuru comes with a marker called an actor mark. And just like in real life, our actors can walk and hit their marks. And it's quite similar to the real life ones as well, because they quite often use T-shaped marks on real film sets to kind of show where actors' feet should be. We've added a little kind of arrow to ours to show what direction our actors should point in. So if we wanted to kind of point it off to the side, Bob would walk to this spot and then he would turn and actually kind of face us. So I guess I could do that at a little bit of an angle just to show you. If we go into properties, it already has the right script attached, cg_mark.lua, but we're going to change the name of it to mark1. So when we enter this trigger zone, we're going to trigger Bob after a 1 second delay to walk to this mark. And that's all he's going to do. So it's very straightforward. Just check we've saved that text file. It's very important to keep checking that the text file is saved. Okay, so at the moment, Bob he's not been activated as such. He's just standing idle, playing that idle animation we specified, frames 900 to 999. But if we enter the trigger zone, after 1 second, he will walk to our mark. And you can see he does actually turn slightly. He's turning to face the same direction as before. Okay, so he gets his sort of move animation from his FPE file. So if you want him to move in a different way, then you'll need to go in and edit the actual FPE file for this specific character and define his sort of rudimentary animations. And I think most Game Guru characters kind of rely on about sort of 5 different animations, 5 to 10 different animations, and you can change those. Okay, so that's a couple of basic commands. So let's make him talk now. So once Bob gets to mark 1, I'm going to ask him to speak. So the speak command relies on you adding in a sound file from his properties. So we'll say speak _1 _ let's give it a volume. It needs a volume out of 100. Let's say 90 or 95. There you go. So quite loud. Okay, I'll save that. So what we want to do is when Bob reaches mark 1, he will say whatever is in slot 1. So sound 1. So I wonder if we could take one of the sounds that come with the big escape. The escape. Let's try that one. Story.1. Okay, or in fact, actually, no, let's go for because I know the first one is the sort of radio message. So I think the second one, let's have a quick listen to that. What one's that?
What are they doing with all this equipment all the way out here?
Yeah, that'll do. That's fine. So now, when we trigger Bob, he will walk to mark 1 and he will say a line.
What are they doing with all this equipment all the way out here?
There we go. So that's a couple of basic commands to get you started. In the next tutorial, we'll cover a more complicated example.